and then straight into 20 minutes of Sahaj Dhyan, spontaneous meditation. Then a couple of announcements, few words from Chandrakantji and Bapu Shri's Aarti. So we will aim to finish at 1 o'clock or thereabouts. So welcome everyone. Let's sit comfortably as Mukund Bhai starts and leads us with the opening prayers. Jai Gurudat.
Thank you, Priya. Let's close our eyes and take 1 or 2 deep breaths. Try to be present in this situation.
I can't hear Mukund Bhai.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on.
મુકુંદભાઈ સંભળાતું નથી.
હા, હવે સંભળાય છે?
ઓછું સંભળાય છે.
એક જ મિનિટ.
હવે ઉંમર છે ને એટલે સંભળાતું નથી બરોબર.
વાત સાચી છે. હવે હવે સંભળાય છે?
A little better, but not that much.
તમે થોડા માઇક થી નજીક આવો.
ઓકે 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 હવે
હા ને થોડો અવાજ મોટો કરો એટલે ચાલશે.
Better.
હા, એક અવાજ મેક્સિમમ ઉપર જ છે. અને
તમારું વોલ્યુમ મોટું કરો.
હા, મારું વોલ્યુમ મોટું કરું છું.
હા,
બધું ખાવાનું રાખો.
Okay, everyone. Namaste. Let's start again. So, as I said, take a couple of deep breaths. Let's try to be present. Let's make this 1.5 hours very useful for us. We'll start with 3 omkars as usual. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinam Vaditamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Akhanda Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tadapadam Darsitam Yena Tasmai Shri Aganyana Timirantasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Dhyanamulam Gururmurtim Pujamulam Guru Padam Mantramulam Gururvakyam Mokshmulam Guru Kripa. Om Brahmanandam Paramasukhadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadrusham Tattvamasyaadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvati Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Shri Sadgurum Tvam Namami. Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Bandhu Cha Sakha Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Kayena Vacha Manasendriyarva Buddhyatmana va Prakrute Swabhava Karomi Yadyan Sakalam Parasmai Narayanayeeti Samarpayami. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you, Priya.
Jai Guru Datta, thank you Mukund Bhai. Okay, we will carry forward with pranayam. I know we are all so used to that word pranayam. The prana is the life force in our body. It's a Sanskrit word, and yama, it means extending and lengthening the breath. First, it is concentrating and lengthening the breath is pranayam. We breathe all the time. We can't do without breath. Without prana, breathing is living. Now, while we are breathing, the breath, the oxygen, it helps your body. It helps your cells, all the blood cells in your body. It awakens the cells in our body. And then regularly practice the controlled breath. It will decrease the stress and it will increase the physical and mental health. At the moment, I do believe that everybody needs peace of mind and everybody needs to concentrate on themselves. There are variety of breaths that we do. So the first one that we will be practicing is Ujjayi breath. Ujjayi breath is the sound of ocean in your throat section. So I believe that you are all seated comfortably with spine elevated, shoulders are relaxed. Allow the hands to drop on your knees or thighs. You can also sit in meditation mudra. But see that your spine is long, elevated, and the whole body is relaxed. You may close your eyes if you want to, in order to look inwards and connect to mind, body, and breath. So let's go into Ujjayi breath. Allow the breath to come in through the nose. Inhale, a gentle breath in. See how breath is affecting your body. And then gently exhale out for 1. Relax. The second breath is going to be Ujjayi. So concentrate and see how you can sound, how the breath sounds. So again, breath in, full breath in. You may hold for a second, and then as you exhale out through the throat chakra. That will vibrate, and you will feel the Ujjayi breath there. Again, a breath comes in, and as you exhale, the sound in your throat chakra is Ujjayi breath. Let us deepen that breath. Inhale again. You may pause for a second and see how you feel. The abdomen has expanded, the lungs are full of oxygen. And then gently allow the breath to exhale out. Ujjayi breath. Listen to the ocean sound in your throat chakra. We will do that one more time again. Inhale, expanding the lungs, fill up the lung. Yes, the stomach has risen, expanded. Hold for a second and let go. Exhale, drawing your navel into the spine and exhaling out through the nose, merge into the Ujjayi throat sound, the ocean sound. The next breath, relax. Allow your body to relax. So this Ujjayi breath is done when we do yoga asanas. Any asanas you do, it is very important to breathe Ujjayi breath, gentle breath, deep breath. Okay, let's move further into Kapalbhati. Kapalbhati means polishing, the polishing of the skull. It is also a forceful exhalation. We have done Ujjayi breath. Now we will move into Kapalbhati. Again, relax the whole body. Inhale through the nose. A full breath in, feeling the expansion of your lung. Stomach has pushed out. Hold for a second. And then allow that breath to exhale out, gently drawing the navel in and exhaling air out of your lungs. If you do have any condition, heart problems, then please be very, very careful. High blood pressure, be careful. Otherwise, no problem. Let us all dive into Kapalbhati. Inhale, full breath in through the nose, expansion in your inner body, and pause there for a second. Feel the abdomen expanded, and then start exhaling. Exhale, 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 exhale. Beautiful. Exhale, exhale. Carry on right. Exhale, 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 exhale. 2 more. Exhale, exhale completely. And find that moment when you're not breathing nor you're exhaling. That is our true self. The body is material. So we want to merge with our true self. Let the normal breath come in and normal breath exhale. Now, moving on to Anuloma Viloma, the third variation of the breath. It is alternative breathing, like breathing in from the left nostril and holding and exhaling out through the right nostril, and then start it again. I do believe that we all know all the benefits and we all know how to do it. But when we do it in a group of people, there is wonderful energy traveling around. So let us go into Anulom Vilom. And it is also a balancing breath. Let us first normal breath in through the nose. Inhale, relaxing your body. Exhale out completely, relaxing, dropping the shoulders down your back. And then from here, with the right thumb, if you can close your right nostril down, allow the breath to exhale out through the left nostril, preparing to go into Anulom Vilom. Relax the shoulders, relax your head. Gently. Now we're going to start. So inhale from the left nostril, a full breath in. Slowly hold the left nostril down. You may hold the breath for here. You may also be holding both the nostrils down. So just depend on how you feel. Gently allow the breath to come up. Exhale out completely through the right nostril. Inhale from the right nostril again. You may hold the breath according to your ability and exhale out through the left nostril, a longer exhalation. We're going to do 2 more rounds, balancing rounds. So inhale from the left nostril, fill up. And then gently hold that breath. And exhale out through the right nostril, longer breath out. Good, perfect. Slowly allow the breath to come in from the right nostril. Inhale. Always listen to your ability. You may hold for a second or 2 and exhale out through the left nostril. Let us do 1 more round. Inhale from the left nostril, full breath in. Hold. Exhale out through the right nostril, completely relax. And then breathe in from the right nostril, the last half round, all the way. Hold. And exhale out through the left nostril. Allow both your hands to relax and just observe. Observe how you're feeling, how the energy is rising in your body. In a moment, we will move on to the 4th pranayam, which is Sittali pranayam. And this is usually called a cooling breath. So start with the tongue out and make a tube with your tongue. And then when we are ready, you will breathe in through the tongue, through the mouth. And when you're ready to exhale, close the mouth, relax the tongue, and exhale out through the nose. So let us do it together. And we're going to do 4 rounds. So see that you're comfortable. There's nothing bothering you. Breath in to start with. Exhale that breath out, lengthening your body. And then make a tube with your tongue. Roll the tongue into a tube. And then inhale through the tunnel, through the tube, through the mouth. So strong breath in. And then gently close your mouth and exhale out. Full exhalation out through the nose. Relax. Again, second breath, second cooling breath. Inhale. Exhale exhale for 1. The next breath in as you're inhaling. Chew with your tongue. Stay there for a second. And then again, breathe in through the nose, through the tube. Hold the breath. You may close your mouth. And allow the breath to exhale out through the nose. 2 more. The tongue out. Make a tube with the tongue and inhale through the tongue. Hold the breath. And gently exhale out through the nose. 1 last one. The tube. Inhale through the tube. Close the mouth. And finally, exhale out. Completely relax. Let go. Observe. Concentrate. And then find the difference in how you're feeling now than a few seconds before. So we conclude the pranayam here. Namaste, Jai Guru Datta, and we'll move forward. So over to you.
Namaste. I will now recite the Dattatreya Stotram. The hymn was composed by Narad Muni and is found in the Narad Purana. Sadguru Deva Ki Jai. Jatadaram Pandurangam Shula Hastam Krupanidhim Sarvarogaharam Devam Dattatrayam Aham Bhaje. Asya Sri Dattatreya Stotra Mantrasya Bhagwan Narad Rishihi Antushchup Chandaha Shri Dat Paramatma Devata Shri Dat Priyarthe Japavini Yoga. Jagadutpati Kartrecha Sthiti Samhara Hetave Bhavapasha Vimuktai Dattatreya Namostude Jara Janma Vinashaya Deha Shuddhi Karaja Digambaradaya Murte Dattatreya Namostute Karpurakanti Dehaya Brahma Murti Dharaja Veda Shastra Parigyaya Dattatreya Namostute Nasvadriga Krushastula Nama Gotra Vivrjita Pancha Bhuteka Diptaya Dattatreya Namostute Yagya Bhokta Yagyaya Yagya Rupadharaja Yagya Piyaya Siddhaya Dattatreya Namostute Ado Brahma Madhye Vishnu Ante Deva Sadashivaha Murti Traya Swarupaya Dattatreya Namostute Bhogalayaya Bhogaya Yoga Yogyaya Dharine Jitendriya Jitagyaya Dattatreya Namostute Digambaraya Divyaya Divya Rupadharaya Sadodita Par Brahma Dattatreya Namostute Jambudipe Mahashetra Mata Purani Vasine Jaya Manasatam Deva Dattatreya Namostute Vikshatanam Gruhe Grame Patram Hemayam Kare Nana Swadimai Viksha Dattatreya Namostute Brahma Jnana Mai Mudra Vastrechi Akasha Bhutale Pragnaya Grana Prabodaya Dattatreya Namostute Avaduta Sadananda Para Brahma Swarupine Videha Deha Rupaya Dattatreya Namostute Satya Rupa Sadachara Satya Dharma Parayana Satya Sharapurukshaya Dattatreya Namostute Shula Hastagada Pane Vanamala Sukandara Yagya Sutradhara Brahman Dattatreya Namostute Sharakshara Swarupaya Parat Parataraya Datta Mukti Parastotra Dattatreya Namostute Datta Vidhyaya Lakshmisha Datta Swatma Swarupine Guna Nirguna Rupaya Dattatreya Namostute Shatru Nashakaram Stotram Jnana Vignayadayakam Sarva Papam Shamam Yati Dattatreya Namostute Idam Stotram Mahadivyam Datta Pataksha Karakam Dattatreya Prasadutacha Naradina Prakirtitam Itishi Narada Purane Narada Virachitam Dattatreya Stotram Sampurnam Sadguru Deva Ki Jai. We'll take 10 seconds and remember Sadguru. We'll just bow down to his divine and lotus feet. Jai Guru Datta. I will now introduce Sri Vidya Bhaskarji. I think he doesn't need an introduction. Most of us have met him, and he has attended and also given his quite a few lectures over the course of the past few years. But all the same, Quick introduction. Shri Vidya Bhaskarji studied in Rishikesh at an ashram there in his childhood, came back to Switzerland, carried on with some further studies. He now lives in Winterthur with his family. He teaches Sanskrit classes. He's also the founder of Sarvamangalam Trust in UK, which runs retreats, meditation classes, and Sanskrit classes as well. Vidya Bhaskarji teaches Sanskrit. They're very proficient. He has also translated many scriptures in other languages, Latin, German, etc. So I don't think I can say any more, but I will now request Shri Vidya Bhaskarji to continue with his lecture. Namaste.
Hari Om Tat Sat, Jai Guru Datta. Om Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnur, Gurur Devo Maheshwarah, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Akhandamandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Many prostrations, Koti Pranam to Shri Bapu Shri, your great Guru Maharaj. You are all extremely blessed to have found a true Guru, capable of giving Shaktipata, the transmission of divine energy to you, which awakens in you the capacity, the potential to realize your true nature. Also, many pranams to Chandrakantji, who is actually the mastermind of all my little activities that have come up in the past few years. Without him, nothing would have ever happened. And Shilpaji, Pushpaji, all of you, pranam. Today we will complete the Bhajagovindam, because last time I gave you a very all-round introduction. So today we can go through the rest of the verses. Mudhajahihi dhanagama trishnam kuru sadbuddhim manasi vitrishnam yallabhase nijakarmopatam vittam tena vinodaya chittam. Bhagavan Shankaracharya says to this person, this old elderly person who seems to still be engrossed with samsara, who doesn't seem to have understood that this human body is precious and will end one day soon, and who seems to be still looking for worldly goals. He says the following: O deluded one, give up the desire to amass wealth. In your mind or in your heart, engage your intelligence with the truth, free from desires. Whatever you obtain through your own karma, through your own work, through your own duty, with that satisfy your heart. Don't go beyond what your karma brings you in terms of conditions, in terms of your duty, your context, and the people you interact with. Don't be so ambitious, because otherwise you will spend your life only in that ambition and you will miss the truth of sadhana. Nari stanabharanabhi desham drishtva maga moha vesham etan mam savasadi vikaram manasi vichintaya varam varam. When you see the beautiful form of another human, if it is a man or a lady, depending on the gender, whatever you see, do not get caught up in the net of delusion. This is a changing form of flesh. Reflect this in your mind again and again. most of our youth, we are all a little older, but most of our youth spend many years of their life just obsessing about the beauty of others or the handsomeness of others, and then their own beauty, their own handsomeness. It's all about the image. It's all about how we look, especially with the modern social media. This has increased even more. But Shankaracharya says this is a net of delusion. And this is an interesting one because we also speak of the internet, isn't it? And he also uses the term net. It is a net of delusion. This is a changing form of flesh. I recently interacted with a lady whom I had met, I believe, maybe 17 years ago, and she could barely recognize me. 17 years ago, I looked totally different, young. And then she said, "You got old. You turned old." Right? So 17 years, that's not even so long, but this is a changing form. And when we reflect this again and again, we come away from the obsession with the physical, with the bodily, and we come to our consciousness. Because consciousness does not have a form, it does not change. So we come away from the physical and we come to the mental, to the spiritual, to our consciousness. And that is the true gem. When we come away and we realize that in our heart, there is something infinitely more precious than the physical body. Nalini dalagata jalamati taralam tadvanji vitamati shaya chapalam vidhi vyadhi managrastam lokam shokahatam chasamastam. Like tender drops of water on a lotus leaf, life is extremely delicate. Know that the world is caught by disease and pride, and all of it is annihilated by grief. Life is so delicate. We are so deluded if we don't know this. Those among you who have recently lost a loved one, you can appreciate this statement of Shankaracharya. You can appreciate it. It is so delicate that it is like drops of water on a lotus leaf. They can drop anytime. They can evaporate anytime. Thus, to spend even one more moment in pride or conceit, look who I am, main kaun hu, maine kya kiya. Look at my accomplishments. To spend even one more second thinking like that, and to thus miss the path of sadhana, to miss the path of Bapushri, to miss the Sahaja teaching. You could be spending that moment of pride or conceit with chanting the Guru Mantra, or with connecting to Bapushri's precious mind, or Lord Dattatreya's precious being. If you miss that, then at some point everything will be annihilated by grief, and you will be old, and you will not have any inner clarity, no connection, no deep connection. And you will think that all of life was a waste, or you will regret a lot. In another text, Shankaracharya says that, and Buddha also says very similar, live in such a way, practice in such a way that you don't regret it later. Yavan vitto parajana shaktas tavan nija parivaro raktah Paschan jivati jara jara dehe vartam kopina prichhati gehe. As long as one is able to earn money, one is loved by one's family. Later, when one lives in an aged body, in an old body, no one at home cares to even ask, how is it going? Now, I don't think that any one of you are like that. I always remember being so deeply touched when I saw in Shilpaji's house her aged mother with such satisfaction and contentment, saying Jai Jinendra and shining with a shining face, and one could see that she's deeply appreciated. Of course, also by all the other family members. This is just an example. And similarly, I know many people who do appreciate their elders very much. But especially in the West, there is a tendency to shove them away. There's a tendency to ignore that old people also have a true dignity. They have true wisdom to share. And we too will be old very soon. So here Shankaracharya reminds us of that. Not to only look at what can the person bring me. Not only to think of, oh, they're earning money, maybe I can benefit from them. Or maybe they will get me some contacts or some better job or something. Not to think in such terms, but to truly appreciate the elderly. Yavat pavano nivasati dehe tavat prichhati kushalam gehe gatavati vayo deha paye bharya bibhyati tasmin kaye. As long as breath dwells in the body, one inquires of your well-being in the house. But when the body perishes and breath has departed, even the spouse is afraid of the corpse. Maybe for the first moment, there is deep grief and crying and hugging the corpse. No, I don't want you to leave. Please come back, come back. But after a few hours, no one really wants to be with the corpse. Look at that incredible contrast. We spend the whole life obsessing with the body, but the moment the prana has left, we are afraid of that same body. It's incredible. Thus, the preciousness of being alive, having prana flowing through our lungs, is something to deeply consider. That is why Sri Krishna says to meditate on the inhalation and the exhalation. He is the prana in our body, and to meditate on that is so powerful. The Buddha also calls it pranapana smriti, to contemplate the inhalation and the exhalation, exactly like Sri Krishna says. It's a wonderful meditation. It's a wonderful way to bring you into a state of meditation, just to let inhaling, exhaling, to contemplate that. And here Shankaracharya, in a very radical way, tells us, now imagine when that prana is gone, the body is useless, and people are afraid of it. Balastavat krida saktaha tarunastavat taruni saktaha vridhastavat chinta saktaha parami brahmani kopina saktaha. The child is devoted to playing. The young man is devoted to the young woman. The old person is devoted to worrying. Nobody is devoted to the absolute reality. Wonderful summary. Our son Amar is obsessed with toys, obsessed with playing, and that's fine. It's just a description here. Some of my friends in the UK and elsewhere too are obsessed with finding a partner, with finding a wife. It's just not happening, but there is obsessive focus on that. And the older we get, the more we worry, physical pains. I'm having nowadays, really, it's very interesting. I didn't know it comes so early. Really, I have all these troubles coming. Each morning I feel, and I do yoga and I do all these things and still I feel all these things. So the older we get, worrying, not only about ourselves, but future mein kya hoga? Can our children, can they manage? Will they manage in life? We worry so much, isn't it? The older we get. And Shankaracharya says nobody is devoted to the absolute reality, which is the only devotion that matters and that brings us out of this samsara, this story of being born, getting older, disease, illness, tragedies, and then death. And then again, that's called samsara. Only devotion to the absolute reality through the Guru, through the teaching of Bapu Shri, the Sahaja path. Only that liberates us. Kate kanta kaste putraha samsaro yamativa vichitraha kasyatvam kah kuta ayataha tattvam chintayata diha bhrataha. Who is your wife, really? Who is your child, really? This samsara is a big surprise. Whose are you, really? And who are you? What is your true identity, your true nature? Where have you really come from? Reflect this truth here, my dear brother. One could say my dear sister also. These are temporary incarnations that we have. Very temporary. Think about it. You have existed for so many lives. Now you think in this life, such and such person is your family. But in your last life, it was other people. And in the life before that, it was again other people. So if you look at the larger picture, then who is really your wife? She might have been your enemy in a last life. Maybe that's why you're fighting so much in this life. Who is your child really? You think, oh, mera bacha, right? But in your last life, your son might have been your father. And now the roles have reversed. Or he might have been a business partner whom you cheated, and now he will cheat you or something. Or that's why he's causing you so much worries. This samsara is a big surprise. If you had the omniscience, the eye of omniscience, jnana chakshu, the eye of knowledge, and you could really see the different connections, you would be truly surprised. Similarly, whom do you really belong to? It's not only the others in relation to you, it's also you in relation to others. And finally, the most important question, who are you? What is your true being? Yes, this is your temporary body. It's your temporary emotional personality. It's your temporary mental personality, your thoughts, your identity. Yes. But when this dies, who are you? You see? Because you don't remember your previous life. You were not Pushpa Ben in your previous life. You were someone else with a different emotional personality, with a different setup. So now you don't remember that identity. So clearly, when you die and you leave this world, you won't remember this identity. So then who are you? You are Sat Chit Ananda. Your true nature is pure existence or reality, pure awareness or consciousness, and pure bliss. Sahaja, natural bliss, natural awareness. That's your true identity, but not this individual that you think you are. So reflect on this and come away from obsessions with your temporary identity. Sat sangatve nissangatvam, nissangatve nirmohatvam, nirmohatve nishchalatatvam, nishchalatatve jivan mukti. This is a wonderful, wonderful shloka. In satsanga, good company, lies the freedom from attachment. When we have good company, when we maintain good company, the company of the saints, the company of Bapu Shri, then slowly detachment arises in us, freedom from attachment. And in detachment, there is freedom from delusion, from confusion. The more detached we become, the more we become free from delusion. And in the freedom from delusion, there is the immovable absolute reality, our true being, our Sat Chit Ananda being. And in that immovable reality, there is liberation while living. Even while we live, we experience liberation. So it all begins with Sat Sangha, with the company of the saintly. Vayasi gate kah kama vikaraha, shushke nire kah kasaraha, kshine vitte kah parivaraha, jnate tattve kah samsaraha. Where is the mood of lust when youth has passed? What good is a well in a dried up lake? Where is one's family when the money is gone? Where is samsara when the truth is known? These are rhetorical questions. And perhaps the one we can relate to the most is, where is the love of the family? Where is the family when the money is gone? This sometimes happens, not with all of you, I don't think so, but it sometimes happens that it is really money and financial stability that keeps a family together. And when that falls away, then suddenly there are only conflicts, and suddenly there is only discontentment, dissatisfaction. So Shankaracharya uses this as a rhetorical question to point out that when you know the truth, then samsara is also gone. When you come to know the reality of your being, then samsara also drops away. Ma guru dhana jana yauvana garvam harati nimeshat kala sarvam maya maya midam buddhva brahmapadam tvam pravisha viditva. Do not be proud of wealth, of friends, or of your youthfulness. In the blink of an eye, time will take it all away. knowing all this to be an illusion, a temporary appearance. This is what the word illusion means, a temporary appearance. Realize and enter the state of absolute reality, of supreme reality, your true nature, Sat Chit Ananda. Such a powerful shloka. Do not be proud of wealth, friends, or your youthfulness. In the blink of an eye, time will take it all away. Really, nothing will remain on your deathbed. Knowing all this to be just a temporary appearance, like an illusion in the desert, a temporary appearance. It seems to be there, and then later it's no longer there. Realize and enter the state of absolute reality, Sat Chit Ananda. And then the last verse. Dinayaminyo sayam pratah shishira vasanto punarayatah kalah kridati gacchatyayuhu tadapi namunchatyasha vayuhu. The light of day and the darkness of the night, dusk and dawn, winter and spring, everything comes and goes, comes and goes. Time plays, the lifespan passes, and yet the wind of desire does not leave you. That is the problem. The wind of desire, the wind of expectations, the wind of hopes, the wind of ambitions, the wind of conceit, of I want to be this, I want to be that. That does not leave you, and that causes you, not you, causes beings in general to waste their lifespan, this precious time given to them by the divine or by good karma. We must use every moment in sadhana, even the moments of our work. It doesn't mean we shouldn't work. It doesn't mean we shouldn't engage in our dharmas and in our karma and our family and all that, but we must constantly remember the Guru. We must constantly in our heart be engaged in sadhana. You can always repeat the mantra at the back of your mind, even when you're working. You can say Hari Om Tat Sat Jai Guru Datta, Hari Om Tat Sat Jai Guru Datta. Or you can say it at the beginning before you begin to work. And you can, every hour, you can take 3 minutes where you just come and rest into your sahaja state. Where you let go of all desires, you let go of all expectations. You repeat the mantra, you connect to the Guru. In our Sri Vidya lineage, we visualize the Guru always above our head, here, in this spot here. You can also visualize Lord Dattatreya there, above you, above your head, for 2-3 minutes. And then you go back to your work. That is sadhana. Then you are using your life meaningfully. And the supreme use of your life is when you can maintain the sahaja relaxedness, the restfulness of sahaja throughout all moments. Even when there's lots of hassle going on, you can still maintain that. Just resting, relaxing. Everything comes and goes. Now there is some stress. stress will go. You can maintain your awareness. You can maintain the Sahaj state. If you're not capable, you come back to the Guru above your head. You connect to Bapu Shri in your heart or to Lord Dattatreya directly. You just connect. The Guru has accomplished the Sahaj state. Lord Dattatreya is the Sahaja state. He is that state. So when you think of Lord Dattatreya, you are connected to it, even if you have not reached it yet. And then you can relax again, knowing I am connected. The sutra, the thread of connection is always there. And then you are using life meaningfully. You're not going after desires only. You're not going after hopes, expectations, because these always have the ulta effect. There's always the opposite effect. When you have expectations, there will be a destruction of those expectations. Always. Yes, this is the teaching of Bhagavan Shankaracharya. And we have created a little booklet for you of this Bhaja Govindam. We will send it to Chandrakanji and Mahesh Bhai. And if they like, they can send it to all of you. We will do it from DSYM. And I hope you enjoy this teaching and take it to heart. In your work, always connect to your Guru. That is the core teaching. Always connect, moment to moment, and relax in Sahaja. Relax, relax, relax. Now, if there is time for some questions, please feel free. Hari Om.
Yeah, we have 15 minutes for questions, so please feel free to make the most of this time that we have and ask any question.
Hari Om Vidya Bhaskaji, it's Biren Patel here. Hari Om, thank you so much for an excellent delivery. And it's not a question as such, but it's an observation that leading a life in this Kali Yuga, where you're always chasing your tail, more or less, it's a question of finding time to be connected and to be aware of the Supreme and the Divine at all times. And I think it's such discourses that helps us to go down that path, but it's a question of maintaining that equilibrium, which is a constant battle.
Absolutely. Yes, it is really a constant battle, unless, you see, Sahaja means naturally relaxing and letting it happen. Once we connect to a real Guru, Bapu Shri is someone who can give Shaktipata. This is a Sanskrit term which means transmission of energy. You see, there are many teachers in this world, of course, and many, many precious beings, but not so many have that ability. You see, to awaken something in you through the vastness of their consciousness. And Sahaja Yoga means to connect to such a Guru, or through the deity as well, Bhagavan Dattatreya, because they are inseparable, and then just to relax. This is something that most people, they can't accept. How can it be? It is connecting and then just relaxing. How is that possible? But that's really the practice. The Sahajayana, the Sahaj path, started a long time ago, and this is really the approach. It is just, you connect deeply and then you relax. And when you relax and rest and relax and rest, then actually it is not so much a struggle anymore. You understand? Then it becomes enjoyable almost. Of course, once in a while, there will be some difficult challenge from outside, sure. But then when you remember how Sahaja Yoga works, again to connect, Sharanagati, surrendering, just deeply, deeply surrendering, deeply connecting, and then you rest again, totally resting, totally relaxing. then it becomes enjoyable. And when you really train in this relaxing, resting, it really becomes a very pleasant sadhana.
Thank you so much.
Vidyabhaskarji, Chandrakant, pranam.
Pranam, pranam.
One question is always there for all of us, that Vruddho yati gruhitva dannam tadapina munchati asha pindam. So what is this asha and pinda? How people can come over these desires, bundles of desires?
So it's a very powerful question. When we really see what desires and expectations do with us, when we really see that, we will know they always drop to the other extreme. When I have an expectation of another human being and it is not fulfilled, my inner state drops to the other side. It turns into disappointment, isn't it? When I have an expectation of a certain achievement and I don't achieve it, it drops into sort of a depressed state. When I have great pride and that pride is hurt, it drops to the other extreme. So this is the problem. It's like a pendulum. It always drops to the other side. And no matter what, even people who are very good at fulfilling their desires, eventually the very nature of this body, this samsaric incarnation which we have here, the very nature of this will cause the opposite to happen. I'll give you an example. Some people in the modern world, they put so much energy, invest so much energy only into a relationship. Relationship is everything for some people. Not so much for all of you, but for some people in the modern world, it's all just about the relationship with a girl or with a boy. That's it. It's just about that. And then, of course, for a while, no doubt, for a while, that goes well. It goes well. But then something goes wrong. Even if it is just later in older age, perhaps the person has illness or whatever, or the person leaves or the person dies. And then we have invested our whole identity into that asha, into that desire, into that expectation, rather than into our true nature. And then 100% we will fall into the opposite, which is depression, anxiety, total feeling abandoned. I have to be very honest. I also sometimes think that main kya karu if my, Tripuraji, if one day she wouldn't be there. I also have these things. I'm not a great, totally free of these things. I also have these thoughts sometimes. Ki, what will I do? I'm not capable of, running my life properly without her, So I also have these thoughts, and it is not right. As sadhakas, we should be totally immersed in our true nature, in the Guru, and everything else should be secondary. This is the teaching here. And you see, if we don't believe the teaching, all right, you give it a few years and you will see that the teaching is true.
Thank you.
Namaste, Vidyabhaskarji.
Namaste.
I have one question. When we talk about connection to our Guru, me as a Mukund, this form, am I visualizing this form with the Guru, or am I visualizing me as a pure light with the Guru? Very often, when I try to visualize, I imagine myself to be a very small light against the blazing sun. And when I connect, my prayers are offered to that blazing sun, and to be within, or to be with that light. May you guide us with that concept, please.
That's a wonderful visualization. nothing to improve on that. It's a wonderful visualization. You see, the Guru's mind is like a really powerful magnet. And all of us, we are like little pins. And connecting to the Guru simply means to bring this little pin, which we are, a little closer to that magnet so that that magnet can then draw us in. And that then happens naturally, sahaja. It happens very spontaneously. When the pin of our being, when we keep that away from that magnet, you see then the pin, it is lying around somewhere, or it is stinging people, or it's pricking people, it's hurting somebody. But when that pin, when we bring that pin closer to the Guru through the visualization, like you said, that is a beautiful visualization, then the Guru's mind, the Guru's nature draws us in. And you see, the mind of the Guru is very powerful. It is omnipresent, really. We say it is like space. Vyomavat vyapta dehaya. The Guru's body is like space. It is all embracing, and it is all pervading, actually. So all we need to do is we need to find some way of directing our little being to that, and then the process happens. The reason why in our tradition of Sri Vidya, why we visualize the Guru on top of the head is a few reasons. It is that there is a nadi, an energy channel, which goes from our heart, or below our heart, it goes up to the top of the head. This is also mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita and in Upanishads as well, and in many scriptures. And this nadi, this channel, is the one whereby at the end of our life, we should ascend and we should leave the body. And you see, the Guru is so powerful, the energy of the Guru is so powerful that when we visualize the Guru at the top here, exactly where this nadi ends, this is where the spot in little babies is very soft, the fontanelle. And one has to be careful not to make a denture in the little babies, if you remember when Milan, etc., when they were babies. So this spot here, and when we visualize the Guru above here, then our nadi becomes purified. This is called nadi shodhana, purification of the nadi. And then slowly, slowly, the energy begins to move upward and is connected to the Guru in this way. And then our tradition says, by doing this again and again, daily, again and again, at the end of our life, and even during our life, this connection becomes very powerful, that one can feel an energy sort of being pulled up, and we feel always connected, even physically. The subtle energy, the sukshma body is always connected, and we can begin to really feel this. It's not an imagination then anymore. Mukund Bhai. It's really palpable, felt. It's not imagination. And so much so, I believe that if a modern scientist would measure the sadhaka's sort of head and their energy, I don't know how exactly that would be done, but I really believe this could be measured, this energy that is being pulled. I really believe that. Because it can be felt so strongly that it is not imagination. So there must be something that can be measured scientifically. I don't know. But coming back to the point, when we practice this as a sadhana again and again with the Guru, then at the end of our life, naturally, spontaneously, our Jivatma will pass through this Brahmarandra and will go directly to Lord Dattatreya. You see, this is what the Sri Vidya tradition says. This is why we do it in this way. But your visualization is absolutely perfect, Mukund Bhai, that you are a light and he's a blazing sun. It's amazing, nothing to improve. So, but I hope I've given you an idea through this example of the magnet, of how connecting, just in any way, connecting to the Guru pulls us into that sphere of his consciousness.
I think you have answered the question, the very question about the magnet and the pin. And that was the issue that I had. How does one guru pulls us towards that? And this concept is absolutely wonderful, Vidya Bhaskaji. Thank you so much. Milan does talk about the energy that you have just spoken about. I'm very aware of it, but I often said the only soft spot he's got is in his brain, not in his skull.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Elodie. I was wondering if I could ask a quick question about what you've been talking about, the Satchitananda, and the difference between the Satchitananda and the reincarnation and karma. Because you were saying that we can't remember previous lives, but I understand that karma is actually a sign of remembrance of these lives that go from one body to another. And I was wondering how that differed from your inner Satchitananda as well, like if it's not connected.
Well, this is, of course, a question for a whole 2-hour session. But I'll try, because I have only 2 or 3 minutes left. I'll try to give you a very brief explanation. Karma is not very mysterious. Karma is a very simple law of cause and effect. That the same way that in the physical universe, I like to give a very silly example. This is a pen, and there is a law that if I open these 2 fingers now, then it will drop down, right? There's a law. It's called the law of gravity. Similarly, there are not only physical laws, there are also mental laws, laws of consciousness, we could say, so to speak, that whatever is done has an effect. And that effect is, on the one hand, it is visible. This is called drishta in Sanskrit. And it also has an invisible aspect, which is called adrishta. And the invisible aspect remains beyond just the moment I've done something. So, for example, if I hurt you, that instant effect is, of course, I've hurt you. And the modern sort of materialist person would say that is it, right? I've hurt you and that's it. That's the effect. But there is also a hidden effect. And this hidden effect is that the exact degree of hurt which I have caused you has to come back to me. That is karma. Similarly, the exact degree of goodness I do to you, the exact degree of positive actions I give, and mental actions are also actions. You see, good thoughts also have an effect. It's not just the physical actions. Good words also have an effect. The same way that bad words have an extreme effect, good words have an effect. So the exact measure of what I send out comes back to me. That's karma. And not only in one life, but it continues after this life as well. So the next embodiment, the next incarnation I will have, the exact same program will continue. And because we never come out of this, other than if we really connect to a realized guru, and we really connect to a realized being such as Dattatreya, or to a deep spiritual practice. You see, if it's not the outer guru, then the inner guru. Your consciousness is also the guru. So unless and until we do that, and we completely immerse ourselves in that, this process of cause and effect will always continue. And it will continue for many, many, many lives. This is the incredible part. And this is called samsara. It is like a wheel. Samsara means something that happens again and again and again and again and again. Like a hamster wheel. It keeps coming back again and again and again. Is that an explanation for you? But your true nature is Satchit Ananda. Your true nature is actually free from that. But at the moment, it is totally caught up in this wheel of cause and effect. And you can't come out of it because in previous lives, you've hurt so many people and you've done good to so many people. And this is continuing, this wheel of cause and effect. It's like a huge complex network. It's continuing. So it keeps catching you. That's why you can never see that your true nature is actually absolute bliss. It's absolute relaxedness. It's absolute awareness, absolute consciousness. Because you're so caught up in this wheel. So now you are on the path of reversing that, coming back to your true nature.
Can I ask another question from this Vidya Bhaskarji? Sheila.
I don't know if we have time. If we have time, yes.
Okay. Priya, is it okay to have one more question?
Yes, we can go ahead.
Yes.
Yeah.
So from these, I understand once you have a guru, yes, and you truly believe in the guru and you are there with him, does that mean your karma ceases, or you being reset, like you would press a reset button, and since thereafter anything you may do as a karma, you start the cycle again? Is that true or no?
This is also a very deep question. It is a question of the degree of really merging with the being of the guru. So the degree of true devotion. The example given in the scriptures is that you are like a stick of wood and the guru is a fire. The deeper that stick of wood is immersed in the fire, it dissolves, right? It's burnt up. The deeper it is immersed in the fire. The deeper you are immersed in the guru's nature by always connecting, always doing the practice that the guru has given you, always deeply connecting, the more your karmas will evaporate. But you see, people, and here I have to be a little tough, people sometimes think, yes, I believe in this guru, I do some bhajan, and therefore my karma is now gone. But then the truth is, they go back to their ordinary life and they're bickering, they're jealous, they're envious, they're constantly in these emotions that cause karma.
Yes.
And they are not actually immersing themselves in the guru. They are sort of just telling themselves, I'm immersed in this, a little bit like, and I hope you forgive me for saying this, little bit like many Christians say, oh, we believe in Jesus, we can do whatever we want, we will be fine. But in the name of that, they've done a lot of wars and, all these things. I don't want to be negative. I'm just telling you as a small example, right? So true devotion to the guru is not just a little bit of belief and some bhajan and then checking your WhatsApp while you're doing the bhajan and then, criticizing others and not really doing what the guru says. Because true devotion to the guru means to actually do what the guru has given you. And in this case, he has given you a mantra that has his full Shakti, the full Shakti of Lord Dattatreya. That full energy is being channeled through that mantra. So you have to really engage with that practice and also with the sahaja side of it, which means to really totally relax, totally learn to relax. Then, yes, then Sheilaji, your karmas are being evaporated. Absolutely.
Thank you, Vidya Bhaskarji. Much appreciated. Thank you.
Hari Om.
Vidya Bhaskarji, I think that you have to come again and again then. We have got too short of time, that's fine, but we will find some more time. Always, whenever we ask or request you, you are always there. So it's a humble pranam to you and your knowledge also. Hari Om.
Pranam.
Okay. Shall we start?
Yes, we start. Thank you, Acharya Vidya Bhaskarji. And we start.
Okay. As Vidyabhaskarji was just at the end of what he said in the last 3-4 lines, if that is going to really, is that words which he told, always Bapu Shri says, and always I am repeating every time, that chant the mantra, sit in meditation, in sahaja. There's no any other way around. You can't do anything else. So we have got the time now to chant the mantra and sit in meditation. Let's pray to the Lord Ganesh, Bhagavan Ganesh, to remove all the obstacles and take us inward journey. We'll chant 11 rounds of Om Gam Ganapate Namah. Breathe out. Sit in comfortable posture. Relax yourself. No tension in any parts of the body. Let's start. Om Gam Ganapate Namaha. 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 Just meditate on Bhagavan Ganapati, Lord Ganesh. And let's pray to the Guru. He's always with you in your heart. Angushta Matra, just on your right side. Or you can just meditate on your Brahmarendra, which was just now Vidyabhaskar saw that place also. Wherever suitable, let's chant to the Guru. Shatabaranamana Guru Dev, Guru Dev, Guru Dev Sadaguru. He Brahma Vishnu Mahesh, He Antarayami Sadaguru, Shatamarana Guru Dev, Guru Dev, Guru Dev Sadaguru. He Giranari Guru Dev, He Satchidananda Sadaguru, He Giranari Guru Dev, He Satchidananda Sadaguru, Shatavarana Guru Dev, Guru Dev, Guru Dev Sadaguru. He Papaharo Guru Dev, He Shraddha Bhakti Badhavo, He Papaharo Guru Dev, He Shraddha भक्ति बढ़ाओ, शतबार नमन गुरुदेव, गुरुदेव गुरुदेव सद्गुरु, शतबार नमन गुरुदेव, गुरुदेव गुरुदेव सद्गुरु। जय गुरु 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 दिगंबरा दिगंबरा श्रीपाद वल्लभ दिगंबरा 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 पाहि मां रक्ष मां रक्ष मां। Pray to all the golden gurus whom you believe, Sabsiddha, all the sage and saints, Madhavacharya, Limbakacharya, Shankaracharya, Buddha, Mahavir, Bhagavan, Dattatreya, Bapashri. And let's chant. Chant from deep of your heart. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om Tatsata. Jaya Guru Datta, Hari Om Tatsata. Jaya Guru Datta, Hari Om Tatsat. 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 Jaya Guru Tatsat. Jaya Guru Datta. Hari Om 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 Datta. Jai 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 Guru Datta. Hari Om Datta. Om Datta Jai Guru Datta Hari 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 Om Datta Hari Om Datta Jai Guru 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 Datta Jai Guru Datta Hari Om 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 Datta Hari Om Datta Jai Guru 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 Datta. Close your eyes. Focus on your breathing pattern. श्वास की गति पर ध्यान केंद्रित करें or on your Brahmarandra, on the top of your head. Remain in silence until I request you to open your eyes. Alakh Niranjan Jai Guru Datta. 20 minutes meditation.
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति 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 ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति
तेरा मंगल तेरा मंगल तेरा मंगल हो रे सबका मंगल सबका मंगल सबका मंगल हो रे जिस गुरुदेव ने धर्म दिया है उसका मंगल हो रे जिस जननी ने जन्म दिया है उसका मंगल हो रे पाला पोसा और बड़ा किया उस पिता का मंगल हो रे इस जगत के सब दुखियारे प्राणी का मंगल हो रे जल में थल में और गगन में सबका मंगल हो रे अंतर मन की गांठ टूटे अंतर निर्मल हो रे राग द्वेष और मोह मिट जाए शील समाधि हो रे शुद्ध धर्म धरती पर जागे पाप पराजित हो रे इस धरती के तरतिन में कण कण में धर्म हो रे शुद्ध धर्म जन जन में जागे घर घर में शांति समो रे तेरा मंगल मेरा मंगल सबका मंगल हो रे सबका मंगल हो रे सबका मंगल हो रे जय गुरुदत्ता
Jai Guru Dutt. Thank you, Dhirubai and Pushpaben. Couple of announcements before Aarti. Next week, please join again on Tuesday for our usual evening japa chanting of Hari Om Tat Sat Jai Guru Datta, half an hour for universal peace and well-being. That's Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. to 9 o'clock. And Thursday, 11th of March is Mahashivratri. So 7:30 p.m. to midnight, there will be Shiv Puja and Rudra Abhishek. This year, it's on Zoom. There will be Aarti at 9 o'clock, 10:30 and midnight. If you would like to take part in the puja, please keep the items ready. If you need more information, please contact Pushpaben or have a look on the website. So please do join for that on Thursday. That's it. Now we continue with Aarti. Thank you.
आरती करो तेरी जय जय गुरुदेव हरि आरती करो तेरी जय जय गुरुदेव प्रगटावो, बंधन की ग्रंथि छुड़ावो, ब्रह्मजाल जाय बिखरी। जय जय गुरुदेव हरि, आरती करूं तेरी। जय जय गुरुदेव हरि, ओमकार रूप तू देवा, कोई नाद ब्रह्म में सेवा, हो दिव्य प्रभाधारी। जय जय गुरुदेव हरि, आरती करूं तेरी। जय जय गुरुदेव हरि, कुंडलिनी शक्ति जगाओ, प्राणों की शुद्धि कराओ, जाय चक्र सभी उघड़ी। जय जय गुरुदेव हरि, आरती करो तेरी। जय जय गुरुदेव हरि, गुरुदेव कृपा हो जावे, सो हम स्वर में लहरावे, निज रूप जाय प्रगटी। जय जय गुरुदेव हरि, आरती करो तेरी। जय जय गुरुदेव हरि, हे परम तत्व के ज्ञानी, आनंद ब्रह्म सुख खानी, तुम रूप रूप हरि। जय जय गुरुदेव हरि, हे परम तत्व के ज्ञानी, आनंद ब्रह्म सुख खानी, तुम रूप रूप हरि। जय जय गुरुदेव हरि, दुख द्वंद्व मिटाने वाले, शरणागत के रखवाले, अब दोह पार करी। जय जय गुरुदेव हरि, आरती करो तेरी। जय जय गुरुदेव हरि, मंगलम भगवान विष्णु मंगलम गरुड़ध्वज, मंगलम पुंडरीकाक्ष मंगलाय तनोहरि, सर्वमंगल मंगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके, शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते। जलेन प्रदक्षिणं कृत्वा पुष्पैः देववन्दनम्, आराटिकं समर्पयामि। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा, आप सब बोल सकते हैं, गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः, गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्म, तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव, त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृति स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि। बोलो श्री सद्गुरु देव की जय। गजानन गणपति महाराज की जय, हनुमान जी महाराज की जय, रामचंद्र भगवान की जय, कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय, आद्य शक्ति अम्बे मात की जय। नमः पार्वती पते, हर हर महादेव हर, काल हर कष्ट हर दुख हर दारिद्र हर, विपत्ति हर भयर संकट हर, निराशा हर दुराशा हर, हर हर महादेव हर। धन्यवाद सबको। I don't want to say anything at all. It's already time. Hari Om Tat Sat. Jai Gurudev.